Am I there? We're all there. Excellent. Welcome to the stream, folks. Can I just get a confirmation that you can hear me? You should be able to hear the game burping in the background. And Natalie.
Hopefully you can hear me.
AV is.
Hope everybody's had a lovely day.
There's much spam. Hey.
They hear us loud and
Thanks for
clear.
joining us, folks. So today we are taking. Let me have my drink of coffee. My drink or two.
Yeah, Matt sounds unhealthy, even though he's not.
It's weird.
His body's letting him down.
All day I've been absolutely fine, and then we get as soon as oh, it's your fault. As soon as Natalie gets on the phone, I'm like, and I'm dying here slowly.
I see how it is.
Right, class 465/9 Southeastern white livery, and as you can see, there are 51 services showing up on that. It shows up on the Victoria Gillingham and the Charing Cross Raynham services. So there's a fair bit of mileage you can run it, and to be honest, rather than just waffling, I mean, it's got three scenarios and one tutorial, with Muggins here doing the tutorial voice, so apologies for that. So let's run 2 Lima 10. Sounds like
now,
you have a cold. I know.
It does.
It does, but I don't, so...
You're showing the creepy person sat behind you right now.
Livery
You're
options.
showing this on the Xbox, aren't you, Matt?
Oh yes, this is Xbox, tastefully coloured now. Right, the cab. Let's get the cab set up and the doors open, and then we can have a wander round while we're waiting for the passengers to do their thing.
Also, try not to go too quickly because you know where all the controls are.
Oh, okay, yes. So down here
Take
is
your
your master
time.
key. This is your reverser. This is your throttle. I'll come up to some of these other controls as we get to them. You've got the usual range of door controls up here. Headlights, you've got tail lights here and headlights over here. Up here you've got your safety systems, so you can... And you can do that one. That's it. Lights go on if the system is disabled. Yeah, that seems backwards, doesn't it? But in reality, lights come on to tell you something is wrong or not normal. So the lights being off means all is good. Or the light is broken. One of the two, I guess. Right. Let's get the doors open. Let's just stand up. Let's turn off the DSD while we're walking around. Right, so this is the 465 interior. There's a bunch of extra fuses and things you can turn off on the back here that do various things that, to be honest, most of the time you probably don't want to play with them. There's windows. We'll get those open and have a walk around.
Ooh.
If I rely on you, Natalie, to keep an eye on the chat because I'm not paying any attention to it at the moment.
Yes.
Yep. So if there's anything anyone wants to see particularly, shout.
I did see someone saying that they hope the Xbox behaves itself tonight. So do we.
So I don't know whether it's going to behave itself or not because it was misbehaving. Then I think I've traced it down to a faulty network cable, and then it did it just before the stream. It did it again. So yeah.
There's a few requests for the horn, and also some people were saying that AWS sounded a bit off.
So there's something about the way that when the game is built to go onto Xbox, all of our lovely audio that sounds perfectly fine on a PC gets distorted by the time it arrives on the Xbox. And it only happens to certain sounds. And it's normally high-pitched sounds. So on PC, that sound is clean as a whistle. But on console, which is one of the reasons showing it on console, it's just like this is the lowest level spec. On the console, you do get these artifacts, and these are the same artifacts. They're no different. So if you're on console, you're already used to this because things that AWS alarms and that already do that sort of that breaking up sound. So this is nothing different. So if you're on PC, then don't worry. This is an Xbox thing.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Are you going to do the horn? Very good. Fraser Eyes asking, can you set the PIS board?
No, it's done automatically.
Done automatically. And Ben Clayton's asking, is it possible to adjust the seating position?
No.
Nope.
Nope. There's the pedal down there, but there's no controls for the seat. Just the sit-in button. Get the doors closed. While we've got a minute, let's just open the doors here so you can see them open and close.
Philip's asking, where does the route start from? As I know these trains don't work in St Pancras.
No, they don't. They don't go. Nothing. You can't go to St Pancras with these trains. They don't. The third rail doesn't go that far. These trains go. So this one is a Rainham to Charing Cross service. So this would go Rainham to Gravesend, and then the other service, the 465, runs on this route is Gillingham to London Victoria. So that would be Gillingham to Rochester.
Yep.
Again, these sounds will have some of the same distortions that the horn has got and the AWS alarm, well, actually more the AWS alarm has got. So on the PC, they're cleaner.
Yep.
Just down here on the cab, you've got cruise control, which is working. This thing over here is, I believe it's it's acceleration rate and brake rate. It doesn't do anything. It's lit up, but actually they're not actually used anymore. So it doesn't. So that's why you won't see it doing anything. It's because these days in the 465 that doesn't do anything. So that's how it's been implemented. The other switch you've got down here is the Regen Brake. So I'm going to drive a couple of stops with the Regen Brake in its current default position off. So they don't run with the Regen Brake generally these days. And then you can hear the difference when we turn the Regen Brake on. Right. So we've got a yellow light. So let's get going.
So I saw someone asking when is this out for console. So it's out for console and PC on the same day, which is the 4th of March. But I believe it's midnight, whatever your time zone is for console, and then it's usually later in the afternoon for PC users. I'm not going to talk too much now so people can hear it. They'd like to listen to the motor sound.
Yeah. I've got the windows open so you get all the external sounds coming in as well. Obviously with the windows closed it's dampened.
We've got some good reaction to the sound. It's great.
DSD back on.
What is DSD?
Driver safety device linked to the driver vigilance device. Basically, it makes an alarm every 30 or so seconds, and you just have to use this foot pedal. In reality, what they do is they hold their foot on the foot pedal, and when the alarm sounds, they will lift the foot off and put the foot back on again. It's basically, driver, are you still awake and paying attention?
Okay. It's a bit like CIFA.
Yeah, exactly like CIFA.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm trying my hardest to get used to the different safety systems.
You want me to close the windows for a few seconds? Let's do that. We'll go out. So what I'll do is I'll do the next station start from the outside.
That's good. I was just about to say we were being asked if we could do the sound from outside.
Steve Holman, yeah, these sounds are from AP, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe so, anyway. Why does Matt wear pink headphones? Because it makes it sound better.
Naturally.
Red light coming up. Train stopped in Gillingham, so let's just slow down a bit as we go past the depot.
AFS5 has asked, hold on, can I ask why are the destinations not changeable by the driver? Any particular reason?
I think it's done using this board, if I remember this panel. And I don't think the team have looked into setting up those. They're a different way of doing it. Normally, we've been used to setting them up by selecting, from a list or via an interface. I don't think they've looked into what they would do for a numeric interface on the boards. So it's another part of the building up the PIS system to make it better.
Yeah. Is this a dev build or has it gone gold? So this is a dev build you're on, isn't it, Max? We're previewing it.
We're previewing it, but this is fairly close to the release build now, if not the release build. I'm running it on a release build of the game, and I think this is the build that was submitted. So this might I believe this might actually be the submitted build that's gone in. Assume it's the gold. Assume it's the gold. Is what I'm saying.
I've seen a lot of people asking about pre-orders. There won't be a pre-order for this one, as you'll just have to wait until the day and furiously click it when you can.
How will sound artifacts be improved on console? It's something the team's looking into, trying to understand what happens to our lovely sounds when they get munged into the Xbox format. And it might be as simple as a setting somewhere, but we need the engineering team to look into that. So this isn't doing anything better or worse than all the other add-ons do in that respect. It's not introduced new issues, but it still needs looking into. Completely agree with that.
What is the max speed on this train? Do you know?
I don't know, but Wikipedia will probably tell you.
Probably.
Or just up here, probably. There you go. Max speed 75 miles per hour.
Hey.
Right, so when this train slowed down right now, there's depending on whether you use the regens or whether or not you'll hear or how the train sounds when it's slowing down. It sounds very different with the regens turned on. So I'm just slowing down because the regenerative brakes are off. You'll notice that it's sitting there holding it on a 2-bar on the brakes. So I'm going to do a little as we come out of this station. I'm going to do another start, and then I'll put the brakes on, and I'll walk you through what it looks like. Then we'll switch over to regen, and I'll show you what it does differently. And then we'll do a couple of stops of regen braking on, so you can hear how that sounds. Because I think it sounds super cool when the regen brakes are turned on. It sounds like,
I can't currently hear it, so I feel like I'm missing out.
Oh, you are totally missing
out. Everything simulator said, so what I'm hearing now is what I will hear on my Xbox.
Correct.
Yes. So for the people asking what time it's coming out, so on console, like I said earlier, it comes out at usually midnight, your local time.
Right, we'll shut up for a minute so that we can listen to the sounds as we depart from the exterior. And what I'll do is, again, once we've sped up, I'll slow it down again to a stop, and then we'll do the same again but with regenerative brakes on. Alright, so this is starting and then stopping. And into the cab. But you heard, just remember how that sound, yeah? Just remember that sound as we slowed down. It was just basically, it slowed down. There was nothing remarkable about that. So let's just speed up because we can do nothing at the moment.
Yeah, Someone, Simon's just said you didn't think that through, did you, Matt?
I didn't. I forgot there was a tunnel around the corner there. Yeah.
What I'm gonna have to do is after this, after we finish the stream, I'll have to play it back and listen because I'm feeling a bit left out.
You want me to do a departure at a lower speed? Alright, I'll do the next departure at a lower speed then. So it's done a tunnel the other side of Chatham, so we'll let's get through Chatham and all these annoying tunnels, and then we can have more fun.
Otherwise,
This is a really fun train. It accelerates. It's got more power. It's got more horsepower. A fair bit more horsepower than the 375. So it is a much more punchy train to drive, and so it starts and stops quite rapidly.
there's a few people asking about the seat position. Why is it so high? Is that any particular reason?
I don't know whether it's too high. I'll have to ask the team. I would assume they would have measured it. They normally put a character in the seat and put the camera where the character's head is.
Yep. There you go. There's the answer about the seat.
But I'll get them to double check it.
Yep. Bless you. Don't worry, he is actually healthy.
This is as healthy as it gets. Right. So again, regen braking is still off. Thank you very much, everyone. So regen braking is still off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put regenerative brakes back on now, or put them on in the first place, which you do by just, when you click on this, it opens the thing and you can press the switch. Right, so now the light's gone out here, and the light is on. The reason it's got a cover is because, like I said, if a light is on, then something is wrong, essentially. So they cover they cover the light up in this instance because they don't want you to think there's something wrong, because nothing's wrong. So we're now switched into regenerative braking, which will have no impact on how we accelerate, but it has quite a difference in how we slow down. So one of the things to look at when you're slowing down is the brake cylinder. When you've got non-regenerative brakes, so the normal setup, when you put it into 1 notch of brake, it goes to 1 bar, 2 notches of brake goes to 2 bar, and so on. In regenerative brakes, it will go up to 1 and then immediately come back down again, because motors are now braking, and as you apply more brake, you'll see the brake cylinder go up a bit and then come back down again, because as the regenerative brake picks up the slack, so it will use the regenerative brake to slow down, and then you'll hear the motors actually make noise, and that's where things get really interesting. And then it's only when you've stopped or slowing down finally, it finally kicks in the air brakes to hold you. So we'll get moving out of here, and I'll do it slightly slower than.
I saw someone asking, will this be compatible with Raildriver?
I believe it is. I'll get someone to double check that, but everything should be compatible with Raildriver now that it's launched.
Nice.
So we're coming up to Rochester. So as we come into Rochester, listen to the sounds this time. My cup is an off black. They make tea. Very good tea. My wife bought it for me for Christmas. It's also pink, which makes the tea taste better.
Naturally.
Right, this is Rochester. Overbrake that one. So regenerative braking is off by default because it is off by default in most of the real ones.
Right. I imagine it's quite hard to fix an angle.
It's fine. I was coming in too slow, and I'm used to coming in with this train and just absolutely nailing the brakes.
And also, I've seen a few people asking if it'll be available in delivery designer as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I need my pink trains. That's the main driving force of Livery Editor. Is Matt wants pink trains, and they're bored of making them for me.
If Matt was in charge of delivery competitions, anything pink would win.
Make a pink train. I think it's a great idea for a competition. Make it happen.
Luckily, he's not in charge.
Oh. Start a campaign, folks. Change.org.
Please don't.
With which brake can you brake hard? I must admit, I don't know what the relative brake forces are, and I don't know the reason why they don't use regenerative brakes. But I need to find that out, because we were told by drivers that they don't use them now. But some trains do, so you'll see even right now, you go actually out on the line and you'll see some trains coming in and you can hear they've got the regenerative brakes on. So it's some of them switched on, some of them don't. What we did is we made it to where you could choose. Because either way we did it would have technically been wrong, because both are really there.
So I've seen some people asking if we could have a stream on PlayStation 4. I don't think it's as straightforward as you'd like it to be, really, because we'd need a PlayStation 4.
Well, I've got a dev kit behind me. The problem is putting builds onto a PlayStation is a lot harder. And the software that I need to do it doesn't work on my machine. I don't know why, but it just failed to install. Which is why I use the Xbox, because it's trivial to put builds on the Xbox by comparison. So I do have a retail PS4. So I mean, if we're running old stuff, we could certainly do a stream on a retail PS4.
You wouldn't be able to do a preview.
But we wouldn't be able to do a preview on a PS4, no.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like I've got a Series X, so I know someone was asking for a stream from the Series X at some point, and again, we could do that, but it would have to be released content. Oh, it tends not to be used as it's less reliable on the Metcam 465s. The retraction Hitachi ones do, however, the O's and the ones. There you go. Thank you very much, Doig.
Ooh, this is a great question for you, Matt. And it's just disappeared. No! Oh, there it is. Matt, are there any other trains that you know of that come in the colour pink besides the JR 500?
Loads! The Polish railway companies have got a BR182 Taurus in pink that's glorious. There is Oceanagate, they're a freight hauling company. They've got it looks a bit like I think it's a V100, a German shunter. That's in bright pink. GPE, Freightliner and ONE did a Class 66 in pink. There's loads and loads and loads. All the best trains, I think. Game's a little loud. Well, we thought you'd want to hear the sounds, to be fair.
Oh, and the next time we show this, it will probably be on PC, not console.
Yeah, the release stream will probably be PC.
Feeling a bit left out. We just wanted to give our console users a bit of love.
Someone else, how you change brakes? You just literally, so if you want to go back to Regen Brake off, you press that button. If you want Regen Brake on, you press that button.
Excellent.
I'll do another stop with it in the on position, then we'll do another one with it off. So just again, so you can hear the difference.
Jack's asking, how do you get free roam camera on PlayStation 4? Can you get free roam on PlayStation 4? I didn't think you could.
Okay, say what, sorry?
How do you get free roam camera on PlayStation 4 or console for that matter?
You have to go back to the old control system. Classic controls, yeah. Ho! Look at that. White star. Is that what you were talking about, more man? Yeah, it is. There's a white light there if regen braking is off. I didn't know that. As long as someone knows. Are you both controlling it now? It's just me with my Xbox.
I'm just wingman for tonight. Yes.
Anyway, to speed up the two-tone horn on console, use a keyboard, to be honest. Plug a USB keyboard in. Oh, hello. So I'm getting all the speeding out of my system ready for tomorrow.
That's fine. We have this theory that Matt is gonna mess up every single challenge he does. for some ridiculous reason, and we're like, oh, Matt.
Is there wheel slip? I don't know, Class 150 fan. The problem is, wherever there's wheel slip, there's usually really good wheel slip protections. Like the 375 is really difficult to wheel slip, if not impossible, because the wheel slip protection is really good. Same as the Javelin. So I don't know what this one's like, and I haven't spoken to anyone about it. Am I the boss of TSW2? I'm not the boss of TSW2. The person who owns the company is the boss of TSW2.
Real Sim season these weeks. Horror News update said that you should change your background to the Class 465 cab interior.
I don't think I've got one, but I might be able to get close.
Are you trying to change that now? You're going to end up making terrible mistakes.
Well, next stop is 1.5 miles away. I'm fine.
Okay.
I've got so much time.
If it all goes horribly wrong, I warn you.
I have got so much time, nothing can possibly go wrong.
Really?
There you go. It's now a 466 cab. There you go.
We're being asked if you could walk us around the passenger areas later.
Yeah, once we leave home. I'll turn DSD off and then let the train just do its own thing while we go and wander. The passengers love it when the driver has a wander around and a nice chat with them when you're driving.
Oh yeah. Really makes it fun. Jake said Matt, don't do it now, please. The fact that that's become a thing now, so. Crayfish, you keep asking, will the AWS sounds be improved on console? Matt did actually answer that question earlier on in the stream, so if you go back to the start, you'll get your answer about the AWS. You have shot it a little bit there, Matt.
Yeah, it's fine. Getting it out of my system ready for tomorrow.
Oh, the hottest burger said, Matt, I'll make the 465 pink for you.
Mm-hmm. So let's get the DSD turned off so that turn the fun police off. In fact, I'll turn the other fun police off just in case it goes off while we're driving. Will more be updated on this stream before it releases? Don't think so, no, at this point. Can you turn the passenger lights on or off? Yes, actually, that's a good point. It's this one here. The aux heating lights. You just click that one. And I think train lights off turns it off. The wiper switch is down here.
David off Train Spotters asking, how many coaches does this train have?
It's a 4-car unit. But this is an 8-car... No, this is a 4-car unit. Yes, this is a 4-car set. So what they do is they run them in 4s or 8s.
Mm-hmm.
Right, what I'm going to do then is we'll get going. And once we're up to speed... Speed set, that's a good point actually, I should do that. Not entirely sure how you turn it on. I did this earlier on and it just turned on, but it hasn't just turned on this time, so... There's probably voodoo that no one's told me there. Right, so anyway, that's close enough. Let's just get off and have a wander. Hello everybody, tickets. Oh no, one on my train, because they knew I was going to get up and have a wander, you see.
There you go, you just passed someone, you passed a boatman.
Hello, ticket please. Thank you.
I'd love it if you could do that, you know, like push a ticket button and like stamp the ticket as you went. That would be great.
Hello. I'm standing there.
Oh. Are you still moving?
Yeah. 3.6 miles to the next station, though. Apparently we're going through straight track. Oh, is this Who Junction?
Off we go.
You know, it'd be really fun. They should have we should put a desk in here, like a table, and then you should put a laptop on the desk. And if you sit down here, you can see the cab of the train from the laptop, so you can drive it from the passenger seat. Yeah.
Oh, I must say that's actually quite a good idea, because then it would also look like you were playing Train Sim World 2
exactly,
while playing Train Sim World 2.
Yeah. Now, if you did that on an actual train, you could blow someone's mind for real.
Yeah, I'm sure some of the chat have said they've done that before, where like they were playing it on the train.
Well, man, what's the other light for then? It's the you're going too fast light, I guess.
Are you going too fast?
Not yet. Give me half a chance though. thing that struck me about this cab when I got in it for the first time, I looked down and it's like all this wood.
Yeah.
It almost looks out of place. Well, no, it does look out of place. What's that doing there?
I mean, how old are these trains?
Oh, purple is safety systems. Yes, because I got them turned off. Yeah, that makes sense. How old are these trains? I don't know. Someone Wikipedia. What date are these?
Yeah, because like if they're really old, I could forgive the wood, but if they're quite modern-ish, it makes no sense.
Sorry, someone wanted to see the corridor connection.
1991. 27 to 30 years old. They're almost the same age as me.
It's a thrilling view, isn't it, really? I thought we were about to go around a corner.
You're making me so
Mind you, they're
nervous
so shallow,
by
some
being
of these
in-
corners. But yeah, they are done
Driving.
as a ribbon, so they should just bend.
Natalie, what's your favourite colour, and would you like your own rail company, or is there a lot of colour you like? Ugh, I like dark red. Although trying to get a livery in dark red that hasn't already got a colour combination already done, you know? It's not gonna happen. Yeah, you're being told off for speeding now.
Shock.
It's what happens.
Horror.
It's what happens when you're not sat in the driver's seat.
Exactly,
and
when you're
in
sort of wandering
the
around,
playground.
staring
Yeah.
at corridor connections and things.
Current news update is asking Matt, could you show the doors opening from inside the train, please? You still with me there?
You what? I'm enjoying the train. I'm zoned out, that's
You were in a world of your own.
I was in a world of my own.
I was asking, could you show the doors opening from the inside?
The door's opening from the inside.
Yes.
Not sure how I do that. Oh, I know what I can do. We gotta press the button.
There you go. You were just like gloriously happy in a world of your own.
Oh,
enjoying
I was in my train place. Oh no, I pressed the button.
What did you just do?
I was in the middle of one of those jump to doing a different thing type arrows on the platform, and I pressed the button and it did it.
Oh man!
Never mind. Well, that was the end of that service anyway. So we were going to start another service. So as soon as it's
Yes,
finished doing whatever this is, then we'll go back to the menu.
Fail flags.
Tricky tunnels.
Post
There
those
we
fail
go.
flags.
End stations passengers get off the trains. Yes, we actually have. The engineers have been working on a fix for that. So at one point, we at some point we might actually have something moving on that direction. So fingers crossed. Movement is going in that direction. Let's make it. Should we make it rain? Let's make it
Make it what? Oh, let's make it rain. Yeah.
summer rain. Lots
Oh,
of
I like that.
precipitation, lots of wetness, lots of cloud, lots of misery.
Very British. Look at
Well,
that.
that.
That is a
Bordering on
British
Welsh,
sunset.
one might almost say.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it is. It is.
We'll go a bit later in the afternoon as well. We'll go. Let's do. Actually, let's just go back the other way because at least that's a decent length run. Charing Cross to Rainham, and we'll do it about there. Yeah, let's do that one. Please do a livery on this 465 in the livery editor. You see,
I could do that.
yeah, I would definitely want you want Natalie to do that, not me, because
That
basically
falls under my
it becomes pink
remit.
with a white stripe when I do it. So
Just you wait, right? I'm gonna make something really, really pink for you during one of our streams.
excellent.
I
Right.
actually need to decide what to do for Monday. I need ideas from the community. You guys need to help me. What do you want me to make on Monday? Think about it. Between now and Monday.
Do. Headlights. Probably want headlights. And wipers. That's raining enough that we should probably just get them running. There we go.
Ah, look at that. Lovely British weather.
No, you can't break the DRA isolation switch, no.
Okay.
Oh, shut up, DSD. So get back in the chair! No, don't want to. There's a clipboard light here for those that want a clipboard light.
AFS5 said the gangways don't move like you said they do, Matt, so I'm assuming it's a bug.
I'll look into it. They didn't look wrong to me, but then I'm not sure we were necessarily going around enough of a corner to see much of it. So, but I'll look into it. I'll look into it. I'll put it on a tighter curve and I'll see what it looks like.
Yeah.
What exactly does DSD do? So actually, DSD is not quite right. It's DSD and DVD, driver safety device and driver vigilance device, and they're both kind of generally on the same switch. And what they are, their job is to keep the driver in his seat, lol, and make sure they're awake and paying attention. So really, it's the anti-mat device.
Do the wipers make any sound?
Oh, hello. Just press that
Did you
again.
want to open the door?
Oh, that's cool.
What did you just do?
I pressed a bell button that sounded awesome. I'm possibly going to be pressing that more.
Oh gosh. It's like, ooh, button.
Right, next station's Higham.
Someone said there should be an alarm system when nearing the station and then there'd be no more Natalie's. I'd love that, you know, like if it told you when you should brake depending on the speed you're going. Basically just doing your job for you.
Why no wheel slip? Well, like I said, trains like that these days go to great lengths to prevent wheel slip, but also rain is not the place to test wheel slip. The way that rain works is really odd, and it's not how a lot of people expect it, and I'm not making this up, this is what drivers have told me. Actually, the least adhesion through rain is when it's lightly raining. Very lightly raining, because you then get this film of water on the tops of the tracks. The minute it starts raining a lot, which would be just when the wetness level is higher in this instance in the game, but whenever it's raining a lot, it's actually washing itself off the track essentially, and it's sort of actually cleaning the track a bit, so it actually makes it not better. It's still less you've still got less grip than normal, but it's so like if you imagine the adhesion sort of goes down and then comes back up again essentially, whereas snow it's just always bad. So if you want to test adhesion, chuck it in snow.
Are the passenger windows open? Passenger windows open, yeah.
No, passenger windows can't open.
No. Are you driving a 4-car length or an 8-car train length? What's this one? 4?
Another 4?
4.
Yep, this one's another 4. driving a 101 earlier. Now that's a train in the snow that you just all it wants to do when you put the throttle down is spin and go nowhere.
I kind of avoid the snowy scenarios and services at the moment because I'm too afraid I'll get stuck too much.
You just got to be lighter on the throttle and longer on the brakes. That's all.
Yeah. So I've only recently started learning safety systems. Then I'll go to the tricky driving situations. Baby steps, baby steps.
Are there any scenarios for the 465? Yes, there are 3. Natalie, can you remind me, and when we finish the service, we'll just go and have a look in the menu and I'll show what the scenarios are.
Yes, I will. It's going on my sticky notes. Is there a yellow door version? I don't think there is.
There's just the one livery variant that's included in the pack. I saw someone who will there ever be a 001 ever is a very long time. I wouldn't want to say no, but the answer isn't yes either.
Yeah. Is there a new route with the train through the Southeastern network? No.
No, it's just using the existing track.
Yeah. Will it replace the Gillingham and Raynham 375 services?
Yes. Right, coming into Higham. Are the tyre lights on? Probably not, actually. Let me check.
Is
that on? It's not on. Oh, hello.
Oh! I'm going to ask that question in a minute. Matt's about to do a doozy. A perfect Natalie, if I ever did see one.
Yeah, baby.
Ah! How many doors is he going to have on the platform? Place your bets.
Oh dear.
Oh!
Yes!
There you go. That is a perfect Natalie. Well done. I am so impressed.
I work hard.
Bravo,
right.
sir.
Said nobody. I'm just going to let that beep. Right. Let's go back and set up the rear cab. Put the tail lights on.
I couldn't have done that better myself. To the person asking if I had sticky notes all around my computer, the answer is yes. But I have them organised.
Seats, get out of my way. When I'm walking down here really fast. She looks like she's got bunny ears. These look like their ears. When I'm walking really fast down the train, they all look like they've got ears in them. See, now everyone's just going to say, everyone's got ears. There you go, look.
Oh, can you imagine what an Easter egg that would be though? Like if you gave some of the passengers your little cat ears.
Oh, pink cat ears.
Right? But it would have to be like such a small amount.
You should have just pressed Control Minus or Control Plus. If you could just tell me where Control Minus and Control Plus are, I've not found them. There's a plus, but... Right! We're in here. The wipers just stay on Moggy, I just have to get upset. Why is the rain light in one carriage? I will raise that. It's not supposed to be. It suggests it's missing an occlusion volume. Hold right stick to teleport back to... That's cheating. You can't teleport in real life. Forgot I was on Xbox, yeah.
It thinks you haven't stopped.
Oh no! No, but I did. But I did. Oh well. Let's just start this one again because that was just such a great job. I was too far down the platform, and even though I was had one door on the platform, it wasn't good enough for the game. Darn game.
Sorry, I didn't realise sooner, so you could have reversed.
That's fine. Yeah, because it could have reversed a bit. As long as the front doesn't go past the signal, you can reverse. Right, okay, so welcome to the 465, everybody. Delete the rest of the video, Natalie.
I can't, I guarantee someone's clipped it.
Yeah, me too. They like that. Right, okay, and wipers. I'm going with it quickly again because you've seen all this. I'm going to get people messaging me later going, Matt, slow down.
Is Train Sim World 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch? We have no plans as of yet to bring it to Nintendo Switch.
So how do I activate this thing then?
I have no idea.
Moment!
Does the tutorial tell you how to recover from emergency stop this time? Does it, Matt?
No, it doesn't. But shall I mess up an AWS and show you?
Yes, I think you should.
Circle button to the right is AWS. Oh, Regen Brake must be on and you must be in notch 4. Ah. Right, so let's put it in. Oh, it only works. So it only works when you're in full power. Yes, okay. I remember this being explained to us now, and us all being very puzzled with saying, "All right, fair enough."
Are you showing how everything works wonderfully right now?
Yep, I am indeed. Yeah. Right, okay. Well, the door's closed, and it's we're off. So full power, and I want regenerative brake on, which means now I can. Oh, look at that, see? Well,
ooh!
So we've got speed set. So it only works if you're in regen mode and power 4. Thank you, Moment.
So does that mean you can't speed now?
Yes. Yeah. It's speed, it's
like
cruise
that.
control.
Oh, that's mega. Oh, I like that.
That's cheating. It is indeed, Strike Eagle.
I like that. So yeah, at some point you're gonna have to do an emergency brake so we can demonstrate how.
Well, I'll just let the next. I'll let the next alarm. There we go. There's an alarm.
Are you gonna pretend you can't hear it? Ignoring it.
Bit of slip as we came to a stop there.
Oh.
You see, it auto re-engages the speed set again as soon as you hit notch 4. So that was the DSD alarm, and they literally just wait for it to stop and it immediately lets you go again. So what we need is an AWS.
Yeah. There's a few people asking for the cab light.
Cab light? Well, now you're asking. Oh.
Oh, come on, that was very well found. Educated guess.
Well, it's the only place I haven't looked so far tonight.
Yeah.
We've explored all of what's up here and down here, and I thought, actually, I wonder if it's over here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I made an educated guess. Get one before Strood for the 15 miles per hour. There you go.
Thomas is asking, steam locos ever come into Train Sim World 2 with many question marks? So the answer is yes, but not anytime soon. It's the best way to explain that. It's being worked on, but it could take a while.
Engineer Kenny, I'll run through the menu at the end and show you what the scenarios are. Two-tone horn.
What Xbox model are you on, and do you experience crackly or popping audio, Matt?
Yes, I do experience the crackling or popping audio. It's an artifact of how the lovely clean audio that's created is mushed to go into the Xbox internal audio format, and it's something that's on the engineers team to have a look at and try and figure out. But so far we've tried a number of different things and it's not made it any better. So I'm using an Xbox One X dev kit, which for all intents and purposes is an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
2 miles, and someone commented earlier on that I shouldn't gun it out of the stations in notch 4, so I'm sorry, I'll do it better. I'll do notch 2 next time. Why is it black and white outside? That's fog. We did a clear day earlier on. I thought we'd do some rain just for a bit of change. Does a 465 have a depot whistle? I don't think it does. I've not seen a button for it.
Button for everything else.
Millions of buttons on this thing, but no, there's no depot whistle on this, I don't think.
I'm amazed at people who can remember all the buttons and stuff, because the only reason I know where the buttons are is because the little thing tells me.
Well, you get used to it when you play it as much as people like me and other enthusiastic players who have spent far too many hours playing the game. It sticks. I can't remember anything else, like my birthday, for example. I have no idea when that is, but I know where the cab light button is, apparently.
Well, you've clearly got rid of the unimportant information.
Exactly, it's about prioritisation.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason's nearly level 600 now. Okay, so I basically get down on my knees and worship to your greatness, because I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Nice to know you're not alone. No, exactly. So when people say how old are you, I'm like, older than yesterday.
Someone asked, why has it only been Matt voicing the tutorials lately?
Well, we're all at home because of the COVIDs. And tutorial audio recordings require somewhat specialist gear. You need a decent microphone.
Yeah.
And in not just a microphone, you need a kind of a booth that you can record in, which is clean. And a clean environment for doing that recording. Otherwise, the audio team have to end up filtering and cleaning the sound, and that just makes it sound really low quality. Whereas the way I do it, it's just low quality naturally.
Fair enough.
So it's purely about that. So there's myself, there's Adam Rose who is our lead audio engineer, who can do voiceovers, but he's generally doing the audio. So generally what happens is I do the recordings, he processes the recordings, and the gameplay team put them in. It's kind of like the process we've been following, which gets us the audio. I think it'd be fun for Sam to do one, but I think the last time it was mentioned, he didn't seem like it was his bag, but I'll mention it to him again.
If I ever tried to do it, you'd get my cat in the background also trying to help out.
Yeah, we want to show the console more often, Andrew Todd. There's no reason we can't show the console version. It's a little bit more difficult than the PC, but it's not impossible. It just takes me a little bit more planning, a little bit more awkward today because of how the builds are. It took me a bit longer to prep for this, but normally it's relatively straightforward to download it all and shove it onto the Xbox. We'll try and do more on the Xbox.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to do more console streams, because we've seen a few of you have been asking, but it's also Matt is currently the only one who is able to do them, just because I don't have a console I could stream on, otherwise I would.
Well, not only
So
that,
you have
streaming
to-
with console is not just about having the console. I've got a capture card, which is the reason I can do
Yep.
the streaming, and a second PC that manages the streaming. So it's streaming the console is a bit more tricky than streaming a PC.
At least, definitely when you're working from home.
Yeah, I mean in the office, we have the capture card, and it's just literally a case of you walk up to the system and you get on and do the stream. So we'll probably find a lot more console streams once we're all back in the office. But until then we'll try and do more. But it'll be when I'm doing it at the moment. I turned the wiper off, but for one problem, Moggy. Can't see the switch. Boom! Right, so if you remember rightly, we are going to let the AWS, which is about to ping me, and I'm just going to let it stop the train. Key thing to look at up here is a brake demand light on the TPWS thing. The AWS and TPWS are all integrated these days. So this grid, when the AWS goes off, you see the brake demand light come on, and that tells you that the system is doing a brake demand. And what you need to do then is just wait for it to go out. So hopefully any minute now we'll get the alarm. There you go. Brakes have come on. You see the brake demand light flashing? I'll shut that up. Right, so having acknowledged the alarm, the brake demand light has now stopped flashing, but it's still on and the train is still being demanded to a stop. So I now need to wait for it to come to a stop, and I need to wait. The other thing you'll notice is on the HUD, the throttle interlock. So the red box, when that's red, that means your throttle's locked out. So if I put it into power, it just doesn't do anything at all. It's dead.
Yeah.
Now what I'm waiting for is that brake demand light to go out, which is about 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, so we
about
need
2
to fill
minutes.
this 2 minutes.
Yeah, so we need to fill this 2 minutes with stuff.
Yeah.
Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
Why is it when you've got time to kill, suddenly, like, I don't know if it's just you, but my brain sort of goes blank and I just can't think of anything to say, and then as soon as I don't need to say anything, oh, there you go. Look, we did it. We killed it.
Brake demand is off. You'll notice the throttle interlock has also gone off straight away as well, and now I can apply the power and go. There you go. That's how you do a demo of a brake. Ignore that last time I did the previous stream. That never happened.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, if it's flashing, it won't time out. Yeah, exactly. So that was what I did. I pressed the AWS reset prior to basically because the alarm was driving me up the wall.
James Baby said, does the AI use Regen Brakes?
I don't know the answer to that question, actually, James. I'm going to go ahead and say probably not, because the default is not. But I don't know for sure.
Train Simulator Driver said, looking forward to driving this on my stream in a couple of weeks. I bet.
Of course, I got stopped because of the alarm about the 15 and then completely forgot about the 15. So that was effective. I can't confirm anything, AFS5. Let me look into it. Let's have a look. Yeah, that does seem to be straight, doesn't it? Okay, I'll go and find out what's happening there. The brakes will have come on by now.
Any Eastern European routes planned if they're not on the road map?
Etc, etc. Is there TPWS? No. I mean, the route doesn't have OSS, TPWS OSS implemented, and the only other kind of TPWS is a red light, and the game already has a fairly severe handling if you run a red light, so TPWS doesn't do an awful lot for you at the moment anyway, even if it was there.
Turnip Gaming said, nah, Southeastern High Speed runs surprisingly well on my original Xbox One. That's great. Also, do you and Matt think that a PS4 Pro and an Xbox One X would be better if they had an SSD? Do you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I've not tested it, so I don't know. So don't base any money on any rubbish I'm saying. But normally an SSD doesn't hurt. Put it that way. It improves load times normally. But I've never actually tried using an SSD on a console. But for the next gen consoles, it's all built around SSDs, so there must be a reason for that. So. I tend to use SSDs almost exclusively myself. Will it be possible to use a scenario planning to make the 465 go to Faversham? Yeah, you can make it go to St Pancras if you want to.
Yeah.
Do what you like with the scenario planner. Right, it says yes, SSDs speed up DSW nicely on console. There you go. For someone who's done it.
Jabba has a very punishing suggestion. You should add hardcore mode where if it's bad, your game files wipe. That's brutal.
Funnily enough, we have joked about that on a number, and the game uninstalls itself, or just delete your profile.
And that would go down wonderfully.
Oh yeah.
So many people would rage quit.
I just turn my email off at that point.
Yeah.
It does run nicely, Gabe, on the Series X, doesn't it? Yeah, I've been even like the hardcore routes like Munich, which are quite punishing on the Xbox One. Just a solid locked at 60 FPS all the way. It's brilliant.
You're coming in nicer this time. Lovely.
The Javelin.
I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see a train boat.
Well, actually, 305025 should be in this build. That would be nice to see.
What? Are we going to see AI 465 trains? I imagine they should.
We should, but we haven't seen any for some reason, so I don't know why that is, but sometimes it's luck of the draw, but again, I've made a mental note to go and have a look and just make sure that there's no issue there.
Yeah.
You're very late, you want a refund. I'll pay you back every penny you've spent to me on this particular journey as to Sam. Exactly. You're entitled to a 100% late running refund on your ticket price. I love the 465. It's always been one of my favourite trains in the area. Yeah. Mostly because it hasn't got a corridor connection in the middle, so it just looks like it's got a proper end, unlike most southern trains and southeastern trains, which look like someone thought, let's stick a cab in that coach. Horn action.
I mean, that's probably what it is.
Speed set needs to be on 30.
Thelonious said, do they randomly substitute or do they take over a specific set of services?
I need to go and double check before I answer that one.
Fair enough.
It's going to be one of the two, but there you go. Speed set has kicked in.
We don't really know the answer to that one just yet. It's basically the answer.
I know what I wanted it to do. I know what I need to do is double check with the team that they got it working the way I want, because it was difficult because of the way that livery substitution works and the fact that there are 4 car and 8 car, and then what you don't want is if you have one livery to have just nothing but all of those liveries and none of the real trains anymore. So there's just one system trying to do about 5 different things, and I think there was complexity there, and I need to just double check where they got to with that complexity.
Melvin's asked, how do you zoom in on console?
Left joystick.
Tried every button.
Left joystick. Only works in the cab. It doesn't work externally. But yeah, if you left joystick.
Lovely. Hope that helps.
And yes, you can open the window. These windows. You can't open the passenger windows, but you can open those windows.
Why doesn't the 465 go to Faversham on Train Sim World like real life?
Again, I need to explore it because the services are there, and I noticed that they're not showing up in the list for this, so I need to find out why that is. They are supposed to.
Fair enough. Can you do passenger viewing when driving? Can you sit down in the passenger seat?
You can sit down in the passenger seat, but you're supposed to be driving the train. So you have to actually get out of the seat, the driver's seat, and go and sit, which means you're no longer in control of the train. So it depends how close to the sort of the fun edge you want to play it. Really. Why is your controller not pink? Because I'm not using this one tonight. One of the things I tried, to be honest, about the console resetting it so it logging me out all the time is I wonder if it's the controller somehow, because this is the proper controller that the dev kit came with. But that didn't make any difference actually in the end. So that's why I'm just decided at the end of the day a controller's a controller. You know, even though the pink one makes me play better, obviously.
Obviously.
I still want a pink Xbox.
Yeah, Matt said at like the start of the stream, what was we were talking about? You said something about a pink Xbox, and I thought he had a pink Xbox, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was talking about the UI on the left-hand side of the
it.
Xbox, and I said, I've got my Xbox as pink, same as my Series X. And Natalie misunderstood.
I got so excited. And immediately disappointed.
Right, next station is Gillingham. And then we're going to Rainham. And that's it.
What is next for Train Sim World? So it will be this? The 465, that'll be coming next, won't it?
Yeah, 465 is the next release. Have we got the release date for that yet? We have, haven't we?
We do, 4th of March. Exciting!
Yeah, driving pink cars in Wreckfest doesn't make you a better driver. No, it gives everybody else a higher score for some reason, Derek. It's really upsetting. There are some things that even pink can't make better. One of them is my driving skills. Have I made any liveries for the 66 yet? No, I haven't. To be honest, I haven't really made much. My skill with the livery editor is limited to paint, select pink, press confirm. That's basically as far as I get. Occasionally, I throw a white stripe in there just to make it look like I thought about it.
Go faster stripes.
Exactly. Well, that's what it's all about.
You're being asked if you've played the Arosa line yet, Matt.
I haven't actually. No. I've seen some of the beta testers playing it, but I've not played it yet. I'm looking forward to that.
Mike's asking, will you do your challenge tomorrow in a pink train? I mean, if you did, I feel like that would be an unfair advantage because, like,
obviously a pink train would do better. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't allow that.
Even if it doesn't, that's what they'd say, and I'd be disqualified again. Well, you got a high score, but you were in a pink train, so you're out.
He disqualified himself the first time, I'll have you know.
Am I looking forward to it? I'm always looking. I'm driving a train, particularly a German train. So what's not to look forward to?
Don't do what I did and forget about the slow start right at the beginning and then get emergency stopped because of the safety systems.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was so annoyed at myself because I'd been driving it perfectly like all day and then streamed it live and messed it up.
Streaming something live is the perfect recipe for never doing it right ever again.
I know. It's dreadful. I was so cross at myself. I have the stickies here that tell me that 500 hertz means I have to go under 25 miles per hour. Miles per kilometers. Either way, I've got it on the sticky. Yeah, Matt is having fun overshooting tonight. I feel like I'm a bad influence. It's because I'm on the stream with you. I'm sorry, Matt.
It's totally everybody else's fault. Yeah.
Yeah. While you're outside, just being asked for the horn if you haven't just done it.
Train. I love how this thing sounds. It's just got such lovely sounds.
Derek said, Matt's like a kid in a sweet store right now, and I agree. It's just happiness right there.
See, the cold is gone.
Oh yeah. I
told you, it's just
cold.
It's just one of those weird things. I don't know what it is. I'm probably allergic to something.
Life.
That'd be bad. Alright, we're accelerating up to 60. Next station is Rain, and we'll be pulling into the branch into platform 0. I think I was reading something. Someone was saying that there are only 3 platform zeros in the UK railway network, and 2 of them are on this route. One at Gravesend and one at Rainham.
And then why platform 0?
Because it's a new platform. So, like, take for example Gravesend. Gravesend used to be 4 tracks with 2 through tracks in the middle, and they reorganised it to be 2 tracks with a 1-track bay platform. And because they already had platform 1 and 2, well, you don't reorder things. That makes life very difficult for an awful lot of different things. So they just added a platform, which in this case was 0 because it was behind 1. It's like if you look at Seaford on the Brighton line, that used to have a platform 1 and a platform 2 a long time ago. When they got rid of platform 1, they just left the other one named platform 2, which means when you arrive there, there's only one platform and it's called platform 2.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. Kind of makes sense. Does that mean if they did another one though, they'd go into like negative numbers?
Well, I think at that point they've got a problem. To be honest, there's no room for another platform there, so...
Mr. JMB just asked the exact same question I did, yeah.
Oh, there's at least 6 after all, okay.
Oh man, there's so many people saying there's so many different platform zeros now, and there's no consistent number showing up. Someone's gonna have to do the Googling.
It's a bit loud, but I thought we'd have one more listen to the sounds coming in.
Everybody's saying there's 7 platform zeros now. That seems to be the number everyone's decided on.
You all thought I'd forgot the 25 limit, hadn't you? Right.
Did you?
Yeah. I was sitting there going, yeah, I'm going to leave it to the last minute, and I put the brakes on. Looked up in the top right corner, I thought, no! See, this one you have to stop out, otherwise it stops for you.
Right. Matt, have you played Clinchfield yet?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit. Are you doing one more service after this? No, we're not, but
Nope.
you
We're
will
over time
show
now.
them the scenarios, won't you?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the scenario list. And we're doing another stream, aren't we, on launch day for this?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So you can look
Someone
forward
asked
to
earlier
one
on, do the hazard lights work? Yes, the hazard lights do work. Let me turn off the lights. I believe I... do you have to turn off lights? I don't think I do, actually. It's really weird. It just hyperblinks this thing.
Okay.
Oh, there it is over there, look. That's possibly because I've got the marker
subtle.
on.
For a hazard light, it's really not that... Okay, that's a bit better. But still.
Yeah. Oh, I've not gone far enough forward. I'm glad nobody else is looking at the stream, or looking at what I'm doing. Because I'm not paying any attention at all.
Someone was asking if I will be driving on the release.
Yeah, who is it on the release
stream?
stream?
It's me that day.
Is that me and Sam, or?
I think it's you and Sam. Actually, it might be undecided at this point. What am I looking at? Give me 2 seconds and I'll get it up. Well, naturally, because I want to have a look quickly, the internet isn't being kind, so give me a moment.
Is this a diesel? Glad to know. This isn't an EMU, an electric multiple unit. It takes its power from this extra rail over here, the third rail.
Yeah, so on the launch day, we haven't actually decided who's going to be showing it off yet. So it's a surprise.
To all of us.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that. Congratulations, I finished one thing today, and that was just a silvery coloured gold medal. Don't worry about that, that's fine. Right, okay, let's go and have a look. And ooh, I got an achievement as well. There you go.
Ooh.
Bonus achievements right live on the stream. So explore scenario. You've got filling in. Take control of a 4659 to fill in for an unavailable service between Gravesend and Gillingham. Take control of 4659 for an irregular service between Rochester and Raynham. Take control of a 4659 for its last stops of the evening before shutting the train down in the depot. I think that one you take it into Gillingham from Brightly. So, there you go. Those are the services. And extended service. Sorry, there's 4 scenarios. 4 scenarios. This is a bit different to normal. Take control of 4659 between the extended Rochester platform to Faversham route. There you go. So that's a lot longer journey than normal. So yes, you can drive it with the in scenarios you can go to Faversham. So yeah, I think it's because remember empty evening is quite a short one, so the team wanted to add another one in there. So that's why there are 4 scenarios. So I was wrong. So, and then obviously down in here you've got the training tutorial as well. And yes, there you have it. 1465/9. So, well, thank you very much for watching, folks. And I'm sure if you've got questions, post them on the forums, and we'll come and try and answer them for you. There will be another chance to see it if you want another look before you buy. Once it launches, we'll do the launch stream for it again, so you can come and have another look. We'll do that one on the PC probably,
yes,
certainly.
Yeah,
that'll be on the PC, so you can see the difference then between the two. And otherwise than that, I'm back tomorrow with Munich Augsburg for the challenge. So,
yes, best of luck tomorrow.
Basically, my challenge is to not screw it up. If I can
this
get
time
to the
we'd
end,
like you to complete it.
I'd just like to get to the end, and then not find I'm running a development build, or my laptop has got some super powered thing which makes everything run faster, and no one ever expected that. I don't know. You never know what will happen. I'm actually expecting us bad, just because everybody else has done so well. But fingers crossed.
Too much pressure.
It's too much pressure. It is. I don't work well under pressure. SPAD, single pass to danger race day, running a red light and failing the mission utterly in an instant, essentially. Right. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Join me tomorrow for my for my challenge. And we will see you then. Thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.